Alright guys, Gorgeous Grubs here. Today we're going over what I have in this green toolbox and what I have around it, what I keep around it. As you can see, I have this welder right here that I purchased myself. I like it better than the Miller. The only reason why I like it better than the Miller is because of the trigger. See how it's up on top instead of being on the bottom? You actually put your thumb in there and it actually works. I like it way better, but that's the thing that I like the most. And then I keep my welding helmet, my sleeves, and this is my other welding mask that I use the most. This is my to-go mask for welding, just because I'm the type of welder that I have to be like super close to where I'm welding to see for some reason. I don't know if anybody out there is the same, but as you can see, all the sparks that get into it because I'm that close. But then I have a vise, Harbor Freight vise, which works pretty good. It does the job. Can't complain about that. And then my trash can, my swamp cooler for the summer. I mean, we don't use it that often here in Washington State, but it's nice to have for those hot days, really hot days, or when you're replacing a panel in a car and it's really hot. You point that out and it just keeps you cool. And then I get all my extra fluids right here, pretty much coolant and windshield washer fluid. And then this is where I keep my stands. I usually have 4 of them, but right now my other 3 are in use. And then whenever I go to Costco get water, soda, they usually stand here. And then this spot right here is for my vacuum DA sander right here. I keep that in there, but right now I'm using it to do that job. Now I have 2 jacks. They're both Daytona. One's in aluminum, the little one that I hardly use. I used to use it on the Chief rack a lot, but now we're half Carolina, so I don't use it that much. The one that I use the most is the orange one. It's the 3-ton long reach. Get these out of the way. Then I usually keep 2 jacks right here. Right now someone's borrowing one, I don't know who, but I'll sure make it back. And then I have these 2 wheel stands right here that bolt onto the, like if it was the wheel. These I had them made because I know a guy that does a lot of stuff like this, and I just had it made, and I've had them since like 2018, 2019, I think, and I haven't had an issue with them. Then I have in here is my Porta Power. Now, this Porta Power, I think when I bought it, I paid like $2,000, I think. But it's because it's air. It's an air Porta Power. See the pump and release. It's an air Porta Power. It works good. I like it. It's better than the ones that you have to pump with your hand and then risk of, the pump going to the side and hitting your knuckles on the floor or wherever you're pumping it, at least in my opinion. And you don't have to use that force to get it up and going. It's just put the air to it and your feet and you'll be good. I'm the type of body tech that if there's something out there that'll make my job a lot easier and a lot less work for my body, I'm buying it. I mean, but that's just me. I keep my cavity wax wands there, a snap-on belt buckle, my snap-on hat that I use whenever I feel like it, once in a blue moon pretty much. Then I have this jacket. This jacket is pretty much if I don't want to wear my welding sleeves or if I don't want to burn my shirt. I'll put that on. That way it doesn't, my shirt doesn't get burned with the sparks and stuff. Now, this toolbox right here. The only reason why I ended up with this toolbox is because I had a US General one, a red one, and one of my friends had this one, and he was selling it, and I was like, well, I'll buy it. And I ended up buying it just to keep it in the shop so that it could match my other two snap-ons instead of having two snap-ons and then the US General. And that's how I ended up this from a good friend of mine. I bought it off him. And then, so on top, I keep this Milwaukee vacuum here, handheld vacuum. It's a M18. This I use for when I'm replacing a panel, or if I'm doing body work on a car and it gets too dusty because I forget to cover it, or I don't have the time to cover it because I'm falling behind, and it gets dusty in there. We get metal shavings and whatever. Instead of blowing it out, I like to vacuum it, because I've noticed that blowing it out, it just goes into, it just circles around in the car. Some of it does come out, but there's still some left inside the car. And I remember in the shop that I was, there was a car that came back that the customer complained. They just came back to complain, saying that when they turned on their heater, that a bunch of dust came out. And I was like, oh, I don't want that to happen to any of my cars. So what can I do, you know? And then I figured out that maybe blowing the inside of the car is not the ideal thing to do, even though it is faster and it seems faster. So I just bought this because I got the idea from a friend that had it, and I used it a couple of times, and I liked it. And it's worked out for me so far. I mean, it looks good. It's not that heavy, but there's that. Oh, and then I keep these right here from Harbor Freight, wheel covers. The reason why I bought these, one, they're 4 wheel covers for $10 at Harbor Freight. So $10, why not, right? But it's because of jobs like this. When I have a quarter panel repair, and then I used this already, but see, on this one I forgot to use it, and then I already took it off, but there was mud down here sticking to it, and then I hate that because then I have to clean it off. Like, for example, look right here, there's some there. See, it comes off fairly easy, but still. And then if I put this, I'm not gonna have to worry about it, see, because it stays onto this, and I could just go like that and clean it off of there instead of the wheel. That way I don't end up scratching if it falls on the face of the wheel or nothing. So that's why I bought those. But let's get back to this. One of the other reasons why I have this toolbox too is because you'll see all the stuff I have in there. I got stuck in a shop that there was none of this. Here, I'll take you guys over there. Every time I would go pull a car or a full frame, there was issues finding the equipment to do so. For example, this right here. All of this that we have right here, the shop that I got stuck in didn't have none of this. None of these boards, and luckily at this shop that I have, there's like freaking 6 of them, so there's no issue here. But in the shop that I got stuck, every time I had to pull a car, I'd have to go to the manager and say, hey, I need this, and the manager would tell me, well, we should have it out there. Then I tell him, well, I don't see it nowhere. And so then he's like, oh, well, ask the other body techs. I'd go ask the other body techs, and they would say, well, I have my own, but there used to be, the shop used to have some, but probably so-and-so took them when they left. Or, you know, they would always play the blame game, and somebody that left that might took them, which I don't know if it's true or not. And to be honest, it's not in my issue because I didn't purchase none of that, but it is an issue when you have to do your job, but the shop doesn't have the equipment because of somebody else says, you know, wanted to take it or so. But here on top, I keep blocks of wood of various sizes right here. I keep this ribbon sealer for the glass, a cup that I had made that I haven't even used once. It's and then the 3M spark welding paper that works amazing. I like to use this on obviously the windows, like this job right here. I have it on the window. I used to have it in the quarter glass, but the glass guy came and pulled the quarter glass out. But so that's my top thing. I have right there. That I use that a lot when I'm doing frames to see if everything's leveled. For some reason, it helps me. But you'll see right here. The first drawer, I just bought this right here. I haven't used it, not even once. But the only reason why I bought it is because I saw a video that you clamp right here what you're gonna pull, and then as you pull, it supposedly tightens itself. So I'm kind of seeing where that takes me. And then I keep the cut up air hose because I use this for when I do a front end job and there's a transmission cooler to put it in there. That way it doesn't leak. It doesn't leak and it circulates the tranny fluid. And then these right here, they were throwing a box away that these were in right here at the shop, and I was told that if there's anything in there that we can use, we can have. So these catched my eye when I saw them, and but there's a problem. I don't know what they are for or what they were meant originally for, and I haven't ran into a situation where I need to use them here at the body shop. So if anybody knows what these are or what they can be used for, let me know. That way I have it in mind, or at least know what exactly they are. I don't know what the previous person used them for, but they were throwing them away and they catch my eye, and I was like, can I have them? They said, yeah, I took them. I had this drawer right here. Now this drawer down here, I have these two for quarter pulls, which they work really good. And I'll show you guys where I'm gonna get to use them. I'll get to use them right here on this quarter panel. See that? On that. So that's where I have that. And then I have this G-clamp. This G-clamp that works really good. It's a little thick though. Doesn't fit in many areas, but where it fits, it works amazing. I have this that came with this. This I use it to pull rear bodies when the rear body and floor is smashed in and I want to repair the floor. I put this on the inside of the rear body, a long bolt through it, pull it all together. That way it could pull the floor and the rear body out. That way it's a lot less work for me to repair it. And I have these hinges. I forget what car these hinges are from, but they're old. I cut them up and reversed them and welded them to use as pillar hinge pullers. I bolted out to the hinge pillar and then pull them from here. I have two of them that I made. They worked amazing. Yeah, they bend a little bit, but I mean, nothing bad. Then I have this strap that I used to pull full frames when I don't want the chain to damage it or nothing. It's a little too long for my liking, but I haven't gotten a shorter one yet. I should be here soon, but that's that on this one. Then the next drawer I have, this right here, price possession. This right here was $200, and I haven't used it once. I've got it like a month ago, but it's one of those things that when you need it, it's good to have. So that's why I bought it. because I'm the type of technician that I don't like to struggle, and I don't like to go ask people to borrow stuff. And if I do, instead of doing the rule of if you borrow it 3 times you have to buy it, I changed that to my own rule of if you even have to borrow it once, or if you see someone using something that you think you're going to use or that you like, go ahead and go buy it. Invest in yourself, invest in your career. That's my motto. Invest in your career, because at the end of the day, all this stuff, all these tools that we buy and invest in, it's money that is going to make us more money. And if they all pay themselves off, down the road, they all pay themselves off. So that's my opinion. I don't know. Everybody is different out there. But I have this too for the frames to pull. As you can see, I've used it. The only thing I don't like is that I find that it slips a lot. But then again, all this is all from Amazon. It's not the only mole clamp I have is this one. That's what was the most expensive one. These are all from Amazon, which I haven't had an issue with any single one of these from Amazon. They've all worked good, just as good as the mole clamp brand. So go to Amazon and get yourself some stuff if you need it. I have this one. This one I haven't used much. These I have these right here. I have these that I use for when I don't want to, you want to do just a quick pull and just tie it down real quick with ratchet straps, or not ratchet straps, but you'll see in a minute right here. And then these are for the chains, so when I'm doing bigger pulls. Then I have this pick that I use to pull as well. Really good stuff. Then we go to my chain drawer. I keep 3 of these chains. I bought these at Harbor Freight. As you can see, one of them I haven't used it that much. These I have 3 in this drawer. They work good. I haven't had no issues with them, and I got them at Harbor Freight for the same thing, because I got stuck in the shop. All of this is because I got stuck in the shop where none of this equipment was available, or it got lost. The equipment got lost with different people. I have another drawer where I have another 3 chains. So I have a total of 6 chains. I think I was doing the reason why I have 6 chains, if I remember correctly, I was doing a Dodge Ram 3500 frame that it was just, I could not, it was so stout, and the chief bench didn't want to pull it. It took, I think, 3 towers to make that thing pull, and I needed to get more chains and chains so that I could actually chain with the 3 towers for that frame to even move a little bit. It was so hard, man, but it got done. Then on the bottom drawer, I have these ratcheting, forgot what these were called, but these are what I use for the chains, and for those for these right here when I want to quickly tie something down to do a little minor pull. I have 4 of those. I bought those also on Amazon on the deal, all 4. They were for like $200, I think. And then I have an actual hinge pillar puller that I use here and there. And I have this clamp right here that I used a lot, but I messed it up last time. I stripped it. I stripped one of these. Now I have to cut it, get a new bolt and nut. And then I have a Camelon from Harbor Freight. I use it every once in a while, but not that much. So there you go, guys. This concludes this green toolbox of mine and what I keep up there. If you like the video, like, comment, and subscribe. And let me know if you guys see something that you want a better review on. And as of right now, I'm just doing videos of what toolboxes I have and what I have in them and around them. So If you guys see anything that you want my honest and professional opinion, just let me know. And like I said, like, comment, and subscribe, and share.